don't smoke weed. I know this. But I'm gonna get you high today. Because it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got shit to do.
Yo, it's your boy Big Ev, a.k.a. the Double Vodka Don. Here with my co-host, Young Wayne Jetski. Real MVP, the podcast producer, Cooper on the ones and twos. We are 808's and Smoke Breaks. A little bit different episode today. So we were blessed to have Jude.
Truly blessed. He's a legend.
Grace our presence. Did the interview last week. I felt blessed that he literally chopped it up with us for like an hour. We interviewed him. I was kind of interviewing him at the beginning. He was giving story time. And then we ended up just like chopping up just like we were just three dudes.
It kind of felt like we were just hanging out with him at a bar.
Literally just like smoking a blunt on the couch or something. He don't even smoke weed, but just smoking a blunt on the couch, just talking stories. And this man has stories for days.
He has hooker stories. He's got GHB stories. He's got
like professional stories, like all types of shit, doing everything. And I mean, for me, I say this on the podcast, I almost felt like too many times. And I almost felt like, I apologize even if there were times that I felt nervous in the podcast. This dude, to me, so back before Double Vodka Don, before Big Ev, all this, just a young Evan McDowell, just home from college, fucking painting fences, painting forklifts, sweeping up the mechanical shop at a forklift shop.
Some blue-collar shit.
Real blue-collar shit that I'm not cut out for, and I hate that shit. I am cut out for it, I did it, but I'm over it. And back in that time, like going over for college, whatever, literally the only thing I would have to look forward to at the end of this dog shit day was listening to fucking Jude All Out show on the radio.
On Shade 45, right?
On Shade 45. It's like 4 to 7, I think, every day, Monday to Friday. And Jude was literally like the only thing I had to look forward to. So, I mean, to be able like 3, 4, 5 years later, whatever, sit down and chop it up with him was fucking surreal. I was literally like nervous. And it's crazy to me because like he's not even like that huge. Like he's a very like cult name in the sense of like I feel like if you know, but you could easily not know.
Yeah.
But he's such a big deal in radio. I said radio legend. So, I mean, just to get to chop it up with him for like an hour like that was surreal to me. Like it really was like a big moment that I was like, damn, like I feel so good to be on this side of the fucking fence and not be just some schmo listening like I used to. And I'm still a fucking listener, of course. But I mean, it was just crazy to actually get to really chop it up with him. Such like a laid back, like cool guy. Gave us so much of his time. Like didn't have to come in. Came in just for us. He was in the day before with a bunch of other shows. Came back in just for us. He's the fucking man.
And he gave us some knowledge too. Well, not necessarily kicked us some knowledge, but I felt like even talking to him and kind of getting like firsthand stories about him working in radio and him working like in entertainment and shit. It was kind of like you kind of absorb what he's saying and the game he's kicking. So that was really cool as well.
And it was kind of wild to hear because I didn't fully realize even when I was listening to him like heavy that he like originally when he moved to LA he like wanted to be basically like an actor / like really comedian.
And he just couldn't get any gigs.
Well, he was saying how his big break was the Jenny Jones thing. He would basically just like roast. Like he said that was his thing, which I mean makes so much sense because that's exactly kind of how he is. Like these like correlations that he does like off the top of his head, like just comparing things to things and stuff like that are so funny.
Very similar to like a more ghetto Theo Von.
Yes, like just very quick and just very like the roast thing I could see because the way he can do it off the top, I was like, yo, if you gave this dude like some time to prepare, I couldn't even imagine like the funny shit that he would say, just like annihilating people in their appearance, like literally everything about him. Because he knows like he's so self-aware even with himself. He just sees like everything.
He like knows more about you than you know about yourself.
Exactly.
The first time he meets you.
Exactly. And I've always heard, it's funny because I've always heard like Rollin say those kind of things, like that just being like an amazing battle rapper. You kind of have that like intuition that you can just like see someone like right away and just immediately be able to pick like 5 things off them, even the ones that like aren't obvious.
Yeah.
Just right away, insecurities, little like basically anything. And I mean, he like, and on top of all that, he is just the best storyteller. Like just the way he tells the story just has you so locked in and so like you're just waiting to see like what the punchline is, what like the ending of this whole fucking crazy debacle is going to be. And he had him for days. We talked about all our first times at the titty bar, doing a little round table on that. Just, I mean, he had a million stories. He's just like,
he was a man. He was a great, like, basically third host of the show, and
way better than us. He's been doing this.
But he
shit.
also complimented us. He said, "You guys are good at this." So
he did.
That gave me a little bit of.
He did. I hope that wasn't just like because we were there.
Yeah, no, that definitely gave me a little bit of a confidence boost. So, I mean, I thought it was a great interview. One of my favorite that we've ever done.
By far. By far. He's a legend, man. Like, I'm still literally thinking about it right now. I'm fucking tapping my feet thinking about it. I'm just like, damn, like, I really interviewed Jude in this bitch. 808's Smoke Breaks is coming, bro. Come on. Stop playing with us.
We out here in these
Stop
streets.
playing with us.
We're active.
So, I mean, now I guess this is the time. We've been gassing it up. Here he is, Jude. Enjoy. All right, we are joined right now by radio legend, I'm going to say. Host of the, honestly, I'm going to say this before even I intro you. I've been such a, Jude is here. Host of the All Out Show. It's crazy for me I remember being in the car a few years ago just sweeping up a shop for my pops and listening to you coming home from work all the time, talking all crazy shit. So honestly, it's crazy just interviewing right now. So I appreciate you coming on.
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Like, it's weird. You know, I'm sure you guys can relate. Like, you work in a box, so you don't know who's listening.
Yeah.
If they like it or any of that shit. So thanks, bro. I appreciate that.
No, it was crazy because I used to be just out in the fucking whack-ass sun, painting the fence, fucking sweeping up the shop. I would come home after bumping some shit at like 5 o'clock, listen to All Out Show, Jude just talking crazy shit.
This must be
shit,
much
bro.
better. Like, I was trying to tell my kid to go work a shit job for a while so that she doesn't want to work a shit job.
So you can appreciate what you have later on in life when you're not working.
Yeah.
That was exactly what happened. That's why I'm sitting here right now. I'm just like, damn, like I'm so glad I'm not doing that fucking shit anymore.
Yeah.
I'm out here talking to you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, I kind of know it a little bit already because I've just heard so many interviews with you and everything. But what was the story just coming from? Obviously, I know you're from Michigan, just coming up. I know you did Jenny Jones and all that. It's a rate to obviously having your own show right now.
Yeah.
Like, give us kind of the backstory on Jude.
Man, you just did, basically. Like, I started Jenny Jones and went out to L.A. to act, and it was 01, and I was known for, like, blazing on motherfuckers, and then 9/11
Like
happened.
roasting and shit?
Yeah, yeah, and it was like, I was like a white dude that could do black humor, because I grew up with black kids, and it was just, like, it was natural to me. So like, I was accepted on both sides, and people fucked with that. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go out to LA because it wasn't the internet. It wasn't like I could become Bad Baby or fucking.
Yeah, there's no Instagram where you could just have a viral fucking rant and get signed to a record label somehow.
Yeah, straight or fucking Tekashi Snitch 9 or any of that
Exactly.
shit.
We'll get
So
into that with you too.
yeah, so like I didn't have much options, so I was like wiping down poles at the titty bar, like hood ass titty bars and shit. They don't tip. Keeping stereotypes alive. And then I went out to LA to get it, and it was like 9/11, and it was like I had all of these interviews lined up with these big people, and after that shit happened, they were like, "We don't want your humor; it's just too harsh."
The comedic climate changed after 9/11?
Oh,
I don't know. I was like 7, so I
they just shut
Yeah,
that shit just switched up. They're like, "Nah, dude, like this meetings got canceled and stuff." I ended up washing dishes out there.
Damn.
I mean, it's crazy. Like, it changed then. It's even changed again, obviously, even the last like few years. Have you felt like that second wave at all?
Oh yeah,
The
it
cancel
sucks.
culture shit?
That's just especially now. It's like crazier than ever. It's
Oh,
fucking
it's the
rampant.
worst. It's the worst. It's funny. It's like Dave Chappelle goes on there and talks all that shit about you guys are fucking assholes. You and then like
They reaffirm kind of what he says.
and then the next week they fucking get that dude kicked off of Saturday Night Live.
Exactly.
Like all right, man.
Was
And-
that what was happening back then in LA? Like, were people getting like losing their
Nah,
jobs, or they just weren't
no.
accepting like your type of humor?
No, it was a different. We didn't have to deal with y'all generation.
Yeah.
You guys were 7. Now you're old and have fucking Twitter accounts. And
Yeah, we're fucking
complain.
pussy now, yo.
I
It's
know.
crazy.
You guys
It's so
aren't
crazy.
like you guys are cool, but like you're like, yeah, I live on my own. I'm 24. You know how many people like half my fucking family? I'm like, get out of the fucking house. Like they're sitting there telling me all about the world. I'm like, how about you go live in the world?
I feel that.
Yeah, I don't respect anybody who doesn't pay their own cell phone bill, and then they're telling me about shit. I'm like, you're a bitch. Shut the fuck up.
They fucking pay for our cell phones here. That's
Yeah,
a
it's
blessing.
it's a work expense.
That's a work expense. God bless.
Hey man, like whatever, dude. Like
You gotta get how you live. If someone's offering it, you can't like
Oh
not
yeah,
take it. Yeah,
I'm
take
expensing the fuck out of my shit every
Hell
night.
yeah.
I think you're taking it the wrong way. You guys got jobs, and it's part of your job. I'm talking about like some 35-year-old telling me about life, and their dad is still taking care of them. That's more my
That's a
point.
fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
I did not
Yeah.
appreciate that.
So
Yeah,
I
you
guess
guys, you guys are like, oh, we don't pay yourself. Like I wasn't talking about you. You got a job, man. You're living on your
Fucking
own.
A, man. So I mean, I guess we'll get into it just because it got brought up the Tekashi shit. So what's your like overall take on all that, on just everything?
I really he was easy fodder for us to talk about. Like it was easy shit for us to talk about. Because he was such a troll. It was good for us because sometimes you're just lazy. You don't want to like. He was an easy one to get calls because he was so good at trolling. But I don't feel bad at all for him. I'm not like surprised that he told. Like they kidnapped him and shit. But like what I'm surprised is like he just named everybody. You know what I mean? Like he was naming motherfuckers that weren't even in.
Yeah, Jim Jones, everybody.
Basically, like anybody who wronged them, even like Jim Jones, he was in one of the wiretaps. I don't know if you heard that, but like talking about like, violating.
Oh yeah, to one of his boys. Yeah,
who wasn't even involved in his shit. And he just like was like, fucking, I'm gonna let it fly on everybody.
Yeah, he was going nuts. So whatever happens to him.
So what's like your take on just him? Like, so now I don't know if you saw this today. He said he does not want to do witness protection. What are your thoughts on like, which is crazy to me, but at this. In today's culture, it's like so weird. What do you think about like him coming? Like basically, he wants to rap again.
Like 13-year-old white kids though might not give a fuck.
My thing is,
that's a lot of people who are streaming music right now.
Like my thing is, I think he's not going to get any more features anymore. Like I think that's like 100%. But like kind of what he was saying, I think like 13 to like 22-year-old suburban white kids don't really care that much that he snitched. Like I think they just want to catch a vibe.
And
so if he comes out with something,
the viral meme shit.
Exactly. So like if he comes out with something that they like, I don't think they're gonna give a fuck that he snitched. And I feel like, is he gonna lose fans? Yeah, but I don't think he's gonna lose all of them. As crazy as it seems.
I mean, look at Rick Ross. He was like a fucking CO, and he worked in a prison. Like,
even street dudes like him still.
Yeah, they still fuck with him. So like,
it's different than being a federal informant.
That's true.
It's like, yeah, but most of those dudes snitched once. Most of the dope dealers snitched. Like not a lot of cats are like, the people that don't tell are the minority now. Like most people fucking tell. Like,
and see, and that's what I was saying too. And people, I wrote a blog about it today. Just that at the end of the day, I was like, it's just different than it was in like 1965, whatever. Like people snitch. Like that's just what it is now. Like at the end of the day, like probably if it's you or them, like it's probably going to be you. Like he's not going to choose himself.
Yeah,
and that's just what it is. Like
because
the people who don't snitch, like Bobby Shmurda, we might hear from again, but the people who don't snitch, like they kind of just stay in jail and you don't hear from them again. They just evaporate. Yeah, that's kind of been what it's become now. It's crazy.
They're like white boy Rick, like doing 30 years.
Exactly. Like no one gives a fuck about them anymore. Yeah. They're just chilling.
Did you know about that? Because he's from Michigan, right? White boy Rick?
Yeah, I was young though when that shit happened, but like all that. The Detroit has a rich history of dope dealers
and gun runners.
Yeah, they're really good at that shit. Yeah, my homeboy was part of that movie and he was pissed off because the movie was super corny. I saw the preview and I heard a black dude talk and I'm like, that's not how they talk in Detroit. I'm not watching it.
Damn, so they should have had someone check the authenticity. I guess I thought the kid who played White Boy Rick, like it was his first like I think acting role ever, and he definitely wasn't a good actor, but he kind of like I felt like fit the part a little bit.
I think he was like a street kid from Baltimore. Yeah. So yeah.
He definitely like wasn't polished as like acting wise, but he was like raw. I thought it was pretty good, but I don't know. I wasn't from like Detroit, so I couldn't like.
I just didn't even want to see. I was just like, yeah,
can't do it.
Yeah. I could not do that shit. Yeah. So I try to stay away from situations where I'm gonna have to tell on people. That's kind of like that's kind of my thing. Like I just try to stay away from situations where I would be put in a situation where I would have to tell.
Back when you were like first getting into the whole like rap radio shit, doing interviews with artists, like what was the climate like back then? Like would something like this ever fly? Like where it's even a question of if this guy snitched, if he'd be able to still make music? No, right?
No, we're old, man. Like you couldn't even bite. You know what I mean? Like you couldn't even bite Styles. Now, like, it's just a whole different. It's a whole different animal. It's a different thing. It's a different. We had all these rules and like there's all these rules to rap that just once money started coming in, it got thrown out the window. It was like, yo, this is a fucking business. Let's go get it. Like, and I think the artistry suffered. Like you can pull up 1992, 93, 94, and there's all these releases, and none of them sound like each other.
Yeah,
you got like within a 1 or 2 year, you got like 8-Ball and MJG dropping their first shit, Fireside dropping their first shit, Souls of Mischief, Black Moon, like all these people that none of them sound alike. You know, like now all these motherfuckers, I can't fucking Yeah.
There's like
Panda
10
Panda sounds like he was just Freeway.
There's like 10
Or what's
Young
his
Thugs
name?
now.
Future. Yeah.
See, and that's the thing, because I feel like now, because obviously it was so much harder to blow it back then than it is now. So people like, someone makes one song that pops off now, then someone's like, oh, I can make a song like that. They do. It pops off, and that's what leads to there's just like 10 of the same guys.
Yeah.
And I feel like now it's, the oversaturation. Is there like any, I know you like a lot of the old stuff, obviously. That's
I
what
just
you grew
listen
up
to the
on.
only new shit I listen to is the Detroit shit.
That's what I was going to ask you, like who, like you listen to anyone specifically like that? that's
Peasy and
new?
Payroll, those two guys. I fuck with those guys. And there's a couple other ones that I can't think of off the top of my head, but they're all about like, they're authentic, and two, it's like all about fucking no excuses. They're like hood Tony Robbins, basically.
Really?
They're like, you take a loss, fucking take that shit on the chin, get the fuck
Word.
back up, go get it, get that bag.
You know of Sueno from Detroit? He's a white kid.
Nah, I
Definitely in
don't.
the streets. I think he can like really rap his ass off, but he kind of also mixes in some like melodic auto-tune shit. But his like his harder stuff. I think he dropped a project. Maybe it wasn't a full album. It's like an EP. Maybe 3 or 4 months ago. It's pretty fire. It's like 4 or 5 songs. Check him out.
Oh, that's
Sueno.
cool.
Swaino.
Sueno. All right, bet. Yeah, I'll check it out.
So, I mean, you obviously been doing this for a long time. What's your favorite interview that you've ever done?
Man, everyone asks me that, and to be real with you, it's just a fucking blur, man. Like, I go in, they'll be like, who'd you interview last week? I can't even tell you. You know what I mean? There's this writer singer named Burt Bacharach, and he's like this old white dude, but a lot of his songs got covered by soul musicians, and then those soul musicians were sampled. Like, for instance, Biggie Warning was sampled. That's off his first album, the classic one. Sample Walk On By that Burt Bacharach wrote. And, like, we played Walk On By for him. And we played the Biggie sample. And we got his fucking... We got his like reaction, which was kind of funny, just to be like, hey, old white guy, look at you done in rap.
Was he aware of that? Or
Nah,
you,
he was like,
breaking
wow,
the
that's
news to him?
amazing. Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
So that was like fun. I like to
Then
like
he hit up
connect
the fucking
dots.
label and try to get the residual check or some shit.
Yo, that dude's probably getting so many checks from so many places he doesn't
Doesn't
even
matter.
fucking know. He's like, boom, 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 boom.
That's what I was gonna ask. Do you think he even understands like the magnitude of like the shit? Like obviously like Biggie just being like so big at that time. Like you think he even like really understood like the magnitude of the samples, like what they had kind of even become after him?
I don't know, man. And like, I'm not sure. Those are my favorite ones. My favorite shit is like just sitting down, talking with artists, seeing what they listen. We used to do this shit like classic albums, and like we'll just play a classic album and have the rapper break it down for us. Like
I remember listening to a few of those back in the day for sure.
the shit that like fucked me up the most was like I was asking Big Boy from Outkast. We were doing the Quemini, and I was like, "What were you listening to?" And like, I thought he was gonna tell me like some Funkadelic or some shit, and he was like, "I was listening to Kate Bush." And Kate Bush is like this British lady that's really theatrical and shit.
Damn.
Yeah, I was like,
Weird where people
word?
draw inspiration from.
I was like, word? He's like, yeah, I fucking love Kate Bush. So then I went and started listening to some Kate Bush because, all right, if it's good enough for Big Boy, let me see about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that shit is fucking dope. And then you got fucking Jay-Z that like knows nothing about fucking music, and he's like Coldplay. You're like, dude, like, bro, man, what are you doing? Like Linkin Park and Coldplay? Are you fucking kidding me right now? Like that shit is corny, dude.
That's always like, it's always funny to me, people like that. Like they always said Derek Jeter was like that in baseball, where like people like he's such like a good rapper, but then like he doesn't care about it. Like that's how they say Jeter was like he liked to play baseball, but he didn't care about like
Yeah.
it's kind of like
He's
a
punching his
game
clock pretty
or like
much.
just studying it. Like he's like when he goes home, he's not watching baseball.
Yeah, that's kind of how I am with my shit. Like they was asking, y'all was talking about comedians and like what I watch. Like I don't watch shit. Like you know what I mean. Like I don't study comedians. I really don't listen to radio shows. I don't want to fucking copy off of anybody on accident. And I just come with my own shit.
I feel like it's a good way to go about it because you don't want to just like, by way of almost like osmosis, just hearing shit all the time. Like you're gonna like, almost imitate what other people are doing.
Yeah.
What's the most eclectic shit you listen to? I know you're just talking about like Kate Burns and stuff, but like you, what like in your musical Rolodex right now that's like not hip hop shit?
Oh, bro, I don't even really listen to hip hop. Last night it was my birthday, so and me and my girl got an open relationship, so I hooked up with my homegirl out here.
What?
And Yeah.
Wait, can we pause? How's that?
Yeah,
possible?
You over here asking me about fucking rap. I'm in a fucking open relationship.
Now elaborate on the open relationship.
Yeah. Yeah.
Please.
So like she had read one of my books and hit me up, and then we like been talking on and off for a minute, and then like we locked it down, and she was all into the open relationship.
So does open mean you both can do whatever you want?
Well, and the thing is like right now it's been really great for me because she hasn't fucked anybody, so
You're just getting to reap the benefits.
Yeah, I'm reaping all the benefits.
Do you have to be open with her and tell her who you're hooking up, like who else you're hooking up with, or who else you have?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. That's,
I feel like that's part of being like open, actually, legit.
Yeah, like that's. But like I'm like, do you want me to tell you before or after, or like or I'll give her a heads up, like, hey, like I'm gonna be busy, like I'm gonna be tied up.
Is it like you gotta wrap up when you're messing around, but with me you get to hit the skins?
I have to wrap up.
Yeah,
that's
I feel like that.
That's our shit. I'm like, you can't stay the night at no dude's house, and they can't fuck in your bed. Like, you go fuck them.
I feel like those are
that's
decent.
That's
those
reasonable
are respectable.
Like,
rules.
don't talk shit about the other person, or if you're gonna bring up the other person, just talk good. Like, I don't want to. Like, couples have problems. Like, I think I'm gonna be real with you. Like, back in the '60s, before I was born, like, you just kind of kept your problems to yourself.
Yeah.
And then daytime talk shows came about, and that's when motherfuckers started airing out all their dirty laundry. And now it's just all we do is fucking air. Like, you see it.
That's a good point, dude.
People on Facebook like, oh, my mom's got cancer. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, this is something precious. Like, this is your mom and this is cancer. This is something serious. And you've just cheapened it to like, for like fucking likes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you've turned your mom's cancer into this like thing. And then you're like, you can't joke about cancer. I'm like, bitch, you the one that made it cheap. You're the one that hoard out cancer for fucking likes. And I'm not allowed to make a joke about it. Like, fuck you, dude.
Did you see that a lot on the Jenny Jones show when you were first starting there?
Yeah, all of that.
That's kind of what birthed that, right?
Yeah, but it was pre-Jenny. Donahue, Sally, Oprah. Jenny was more trash, you know what I mean? And I mean that in the most respectful way, but it was more like, I used to be ugly, now I'm pretty.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's all we do is fucking air out our shit. And I guess my point is that has become acceptable in private life. So motherfuckers will just be shitting on their fucking their spouse to other people, and there's nothing good is gonna come of that, because like if all I hear is bad things about your girl, when I meet your girl, I'm just gonna think bad things about her. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna respect her. I probably won't respect you as a fucking man, like, because I'm like, he's putting up with this fucking shit, and I don't get to see any of the good things. And like couples, you go through ups and downs. Like, you're not gonna get along all the time. So like, I had to learn that the hard way. Like, shut the fuck up. Don't complain about your relationships outside of the relationship. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, damn, that just reminded me of, like, on some shit. I remember, what was on Fridays you would do the What Would You Do?
Yeah, now it's Wednesdays. We moved it over to Wednesdays. Yeah.
Damn, I missed that shit. Used to, because people would call in with like the craziest scenarios.
Yeah.
Their girl on Facebook doing the most and everything.
Yeah.
I missed that shit.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things to do, is just like talk to cats and give them my point of view. I'm not even good at life. Like, it's like them coaches. They never played ball, but they can coach. Like, I'm really fucking, I'm a fucking mess. But I'm like, hey man, that's probably a bad idea. You might not want to fuck if you're gonna cheat, you might want to not fuck your girl's sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put your Snapchat location on available at all times so I can track you.
Can they?
You didn't see that? There's a map in Snapchat,
Yeah.
and it shows you where everyone you're friends with is on like a literal like geographic map. It's basically GPS.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
crazy.
Yeah, you gotta, if you don't turn it off.
Busted from like getting spied on Snapchat. I'll show you right now.
It's crazy. Yeah, if you don't turn your shit off, literally, it'll show like we're here right now. It'll show you in New York City, like you could basically narrow it down to like the block they're on.
It's so nuts. Like, I was like pre all of this stuff, so it's really like I'm very, and I'm not tech savvy. Like, my homies that are like techies are like, Alexis, order me more Cheez-Its. I'm like, yo, dude, like you like, I get it. They're already bugging our houses through the phone or whatever the fuck if they want to, but like, you're actively bugging your house so you can order Cheez-Its easier. Like, really? Like,
Yo, convenience is
weird.
everything now, yo.
Yeah.
And it's crazy for like me, like he's 24, I'm 25. Like even us, like so, like all the social media started getting big. Like I remember I first got like Twitter, like Instagram when I was a senior in high school.
Yeah.
And then like I graduated college like 2 years ago, and it was crazy. Even just like all the kids that were like freshmen when I graduated, like they all had that shit like all through high school.
Right.
And I feel like that just made it like that just changed the game so completely. Like how you were saying the Facebook thing, like when we were kids, like all the old heads were like breaking our balls for posting pictures of us drinking, smoking weed and shit when we were like 16. But then instead when they were 40, they're out here like airing out their mother's cancer,
right?
And like they're getting a divorce,
right?
And all this dumb shit. So they're doing kind of like the same shit, but just like different,
yeah.
But doing like they're acting a fool like on their own,
yeah.
And now it's all political and shit. Like they were all giving us shit for like not knowing how to handle it, but it's like no one knows how to handle this shit.
No,
it's still new right now.
Yeah, you're totally. I couldn't agree with you more. And people are all miserable from it. So like, and I work on it. Like hats off to y'all cats because you guys know how to really operate. You like
navigate through the social media.
Yeah,
world.
I don't like. I'm like I just post memes and I hope people like them.
I fuck with your memes.
Yeah, Instagram.
Your IG's it's dope.
Yeah, one more Jude. I'm shadow banned, so you got to take
Are you
the
really?
whole fucking
What for? Just for like posting?
Oh, he
like,
posts crazy shit.
I know. I
Yeah.
think memes, but
but I can't like. I wish they would tell me like, hey, like this is the stuff we don't want you to post, like. And I'll stay away from it.
It would low key probably be like everything you post.
It's basically everything I fucking post. Or I'll push it up for like 2 hours just to troll people, and then I'll take it down myself.
Yeah, that shit cracks me up. Honestly, one thing I really want, probably my favorite show I ever listened to that you did. I remember I was literally in the car driving around. I was going to the mall, and I literally stopped because I just wanted to keep listening. I'm sure you remember. It was when you interviewed Belle Knox. The girl, she's a porn star who she went to Duke, and she was paying her tuition.
You do a lot of porn talk.
And you asked her a question. I think you asked her like basically, does she fuck for money, like off camera, essentially?
Because that's where. Yeah.
No, I thought you were like that was. I mean, she fucks on camera for money. I thought that was a real question, and then she got all bitchy about it, and then you just fucking body bagged her.
Yeah, and I was cool to her too. Like,
no, you said it so. I think you almost said it so casually that she kind of got like that. It like threw her off. Like she was like that. You were just casually throwing out that she like might be a hooker too, even though like all these porn stars are.
Yeah.
What was that whole like? She was in studio, right?
It was actually I was living in LA and I was working out in New York. And the thing about New York is I like it for like 4 or 5 days, but like any longer, I just start fucking hating this place. I'm like, there's like I'm not just.
It smells like piss. It smells like homeless people everywhere.
And I'm from like the Midwest. I'm used to space. Everybody's fucking in your space. Mm-hmm. Like it's super chaotic. There's all this energy, like, and you're working and grinding and grinding and grinding. So like she was a Friday interview. So like I was at my wit's end with New York, and she came in and she was acting all fucking stuck up automatically. And I'm looking at her in the face and I'm like, this bitch look like Cat Stevens. Like, you not even motherfucking like, bitch, you not even cute. But like, whatever, let's sit down. And fucking I asked her that question, she was a bitch, and I kicked her out.
You out of the studio?
Yeah, on air. I was like, get the fuck gone.
That's awesome.
There was another one that like we booked porn stars, and then the extra one came, and she had an attitude.
You weren't asking her enough questions. She wasn't getting enough attention. Shit like
it
that,
was supposed to be some gag that we were doing. We're doing some bit, and that like we brought you here to do a bit. You don't want to do the bit because it's too fucking risque for y'all. But bitch, you suck dick on camera, like
it's crazy.
And like, so I'm like, all right, man, we're good. We don't like you don't want to do the bit. We don't need to talk to you. Get the fuck out of here. And
respect to you.
Yeah, and then she has some like fat Captain Save-A-Ho motherfucker with the Kango. Those guys ruined Kangos, man. Fuck you fucking fat white dudes that listen to new metal that ruined fucking Kangos for me.
What do you think of like this? You know what private Snapchats are, like OnlyFans and shit? So these girls, they just have a private Snapchat separate from like the regular app where they only post like nudes or videos of them like finger banging themselves or just like fucking their boyfriends, and these guys will pay like anywhere as a range or like tiers of subscription, like $20 a month to like $50 a month for varying degrees of nudity and sex, and these girls make like $40,000 a month off it. Like Asa Akira has one, she makes crazy amounts of money off it. I feel like it might be taking away from the porn game,
from the webcam shit. Yeah, there's really no money. Like the porn's your like calling card.
Yeah,
porn's a way to get your name out there, and then like you trick or you webcam on the side.
I feel like the webcam or the private snap thing is a like legitimate hustle. I would be fine if I had a girlfriend who was like webcamming. As long as she didn't fuck other dudes on camera and I was the only dude she fucked on camera, I would totally be cool with her having like a private snap and dating her, and like maybe every performance I get, like I get performance fee, like $100 she'll throw me, or she'll buy me like Uber Eats if we fuck on her Snapchat on Friday
I
night.
think more than that. Bro.
I think that's a good deal.
I think you got to barter for more than that.
I could take. Then I'll take
$100
like
if she's making 40 racks.
well, I'm saying.
He's making $400 a month. No.
See, still, fuck it. That's 400. That's 400. I wasn't getting paid to have sex.
I guess it's to fuck your girlfriend. I guess it's not a bad deal.
You do that. You pay money to do that. You take her out to dinner and shit.
Little,
Fuck that.
little Chick-fil-A.
I can't even pee in public like that. I can't. Yeah, I'm pee shy. I don't know if I can fuck in front of a gang of people. But I'm not mad at the webcam game is where it's at. Like that's the next move.
Yeah, that shit's fire.
Yeah.
No, it's crazy because I remember even girls that I went to like high school with are on that shit now. It's crazy.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
just seeing
cool.
these girls
I like
who
that.
like,
You're like, I wish I could fuck this girl.
'cause
And
you
she's just
see them-
diddling
'cause
herself
I
on
would,
Friday
you
night.
see the evolution of them on their Snapchat from like they're on like a bus with all these bitches like going to just basically just be like whores like other places. Then they're in the fucking in the hotel
They're in
room with
Dubai.
stacks of money
Yeah.
in the fucking sink.
Yeah.
And all this is flexing. Then they're on their own on OnlyFans.com. Basically showing everything but their nipple, even though they're basically showing their nipple too.
Right.
You need to pay more to get the full nipple, like,
Yup.
and then they sell like calendars,
Like
and
$5.
shit. Like I know girls that grew up on Long Island with me, like that they were like notorious on Long Island for just being like thoughts and fucking everybody, and then they're like, what are these girls gonna do like later on in life? And thank God we have cell
Yup,
phones. And now they're just
OnlyFans.
like selling their like image without having like to go through a porn distributor.
Fucking hey, hey.
I mean, that's a fucking hustle.
The game has changed, bro.
Yeah,
It's
use
so
what you
crazy.
got. Yeah, I know. I got a homie that like I think he settled down with one of them Dubai hoes.
was he older? Was he one of the ones taking her out to Dubai, or she was going out to Dubai?
She was going out to Dubai.
For older guys.
Yeah, she was going out to Dubai, fucking sheiks or whatever the fuck, oil barons.
I was gonna say, that chic worth like $100K too.
Yeah, it's different money. Yeah.
Fucking like
Yeah.
that oil money.
That's different
Yeah,
money.
yeah, they just throw it. Yeah, they're probably doing some reckless shit too. Like for $100,000, they probably throwing shit at them and stuff.
What's the craziest like encounter you've ever had with like a porn star, like stripper, like some shit like that?
Like sex wise, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give us something wild.
I don't know. I remember being at the strip club and
You said you worked at a black strip club and
Yeah.
they didn't tip you well, right?
no, they did not.
Any crazy stories right there?
They just was always calling me Vanilla Ice. And fucking, and it was ran by some like crazy Arab dude named Woody. He was like, motherfucker. Like, I think the shit got shut down because there was always shootings and shit. And yeah, that place. I just quit because I was wiping the poles down, and I was on Jenny Jones at the same time because Jenny Jones would come on at 12:30. So like,
And you'd
I'm
be
on.
working, watching yourself?
Yeah, and I'm like, yo, Woody, can you turn that shit, please, man? He's like, fuck you, I leave it where I want to leave it. I'm like, so I finally walked out. I'm like, fuck this shit. Like, I'm tight. Like, you think that working at a strip club would be cool? It's dope if you're the DJ because you get cashed out and you get to fuck the girls. But I was just a pole cleaner, man. Like, I was like bottom of the barrel.
Did you never got to fuck any of them at that job?
I didn't fuck any of those girls, but like I fucked strippers. You know what I mean? Like, I've ran through my fair share of strippers.
I've never fucked a stripper.
See, being the pole cleaner sucks because like they're just waiting for your ass to get off stage.
Yeah, and it's
They're just
like,
like-
And no one's clapping for the pole cleaner.
Hell no.
no.
Throwing singles at
They're
you.
calling me Vanilla Ice. That's what the fuck.
Get the fuck out of
I
here.
got a bunch
So-
of black drug dealers calling me Vanilla Ice. It fucking sucked. Yeah, it was whack as hell. But I've had so many fucking like. Here's one that wasn't in the book. Hyena and Hummingbird are two books that I wrote that are just grimy and raw and real shit from Detroit, New York, and LA. And but I remember like some goth chick was like, "Oh, I'm gonna give you a fucking lap dance," and I was like, "All right, I don't want to get lap dances. I wouldn't get dances off of girls because I used to fuck with the stripper, and like as soon as you paid them bitches, like." You became a client immediately. So like I'd tip out the bathroom attendant and I wouldn't give them shit and I'd just spit game and pull them that way.
Yeah.
So this girl's like, but you can, hey yo, if you throw them enough money, you can fuck them. I just didn't have, I wasn't laying like that. So I was like, I'm gonna have to use game. So this girl's like, I want to give you a dance. I'm like, I ain't got no money for a dance. And she was like, I'll give it to you for free. And she was giving it to me and I was like, man, what the fuck? Yo, it smell like iron, you know, like pennies and fucking fish.
Yeah.
Like fucking, you ever been to like a Filipino's house after they've been frying fucking fish all day and shit. It smelled like a Filipino's house mixed with pennies or some shit like that. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Like a hot pocket of change after
yeah,
a summer
dude,
day
yeah.
on a skateboard.
And like, turned out she was on her fucking period, and like, she had her asshole right in there, and right next to like damn near my nose, and fucking, and like. The string was hitting my face, dude. I was just like, yo.
It's like the fucking spaghetti scene from Lady and the Tramp, except not enjoyable.
No.
Oh wait, I got an even worse one now that I think about it. All right, so I broke my neck. We were driving to Canada, and we were trying to get there before the bars closed because you can drink when you're like 18 or 19 in Canada. So we were going over to the clubs over there, and I ended up breaking my neck, and I put my head through the window. So
In a car accident?
yeah. Yeah, I flipped a Cherokee. I wrote about it. Hyena, grabbed the fucking book, and but
sorry we didn't plug that earlier. Definitely grab Hyena Hummingbird. Available online, Amazon shit.
Look, man, like go listen to Hyena for free on YouTube. See if you like it, and then it's me reading it. So anyway, now I'm out of the hospital. I got an open head wound, and I'm in a halo vest, which basically is like where they put screws into your head. And then posts next to the screws so that you can't move your neck at all, and it allows you.
It's like a cage almost, kind of.
Yeah, totally. So like we're waiting. We go to Canada. My boys are like, "Oh, we're gonna take you out. You've been like fucked up," and like I'm like, "Finally, I get to go out." And we're sitting online trying to get into this shit called Don Cherry's, and when I get to the front, the bouncers, like we're in there for like a half hour, and we finally get to the front, and the bouncer takes one look at me. He's like, you are not coming in here. You're a fucking walking liability. So I'm like, fuck it. We'll go over to the strip club. So we go to the strip club, and my boys think it's funny. They pick the most like meth head, cracked out, fucking
Vancouver fucking
picked like skin picked apart, fucking fix a bike ass stripper possible for me. They just think it's the funniest shit, and like
probably has a wicked slap shot.
Yo, dude, straight up, yeah. So she's fucking giving me this dance, and I can't fucking like I'm stuck. I can't move because I'm in the fucking halo vest. And she cracks her fucking asshole, and there's fucking like herpy bumps all around her fucking shit. And I'm like, oh, this is like really a bummer, man. Like I'm like,
nerds.
And I'm like looking over the corner. I'm like, fuck you guys. I'm giving them the finger. And mind you, so like I got like ointment and shit because my head isn't healed. And she turns around and she grabs her titty, and it's like, you ever see National Geographic, like them African broads with the real flat titties?
Yeah.
They had like 7 kids and they've been breastfeeding them. And shit.
Yeah. Floppy Johns.
Yeah, the blew the fuck out.
Squirrels in her arms.
So she grabs one of her pancake titties and fucking smacks it on my open head wound, like with like blood.
That's
and
like
fucking
sexual assault almost.
Yeah, this was before Me Too, man. Like with the blood and fucking the ointment, and just rubs it all around there, and then just drags it across my face. That was the grimy. That was pretty grimy.
She might have did the face drag on purpose.
You syruped her pancake, dude.
Yeah,
fuck Canada, bro.
Bitch.
Shit.
That's crazy. I had a similar strip club experience, but I got kicked out of one because the first time I was in a strip club. I was like 19, and I was like a skinny little white kid, and I just wanted the biggest blackest stripper to twerk on me. But then she tried to hustle me and told me it was for more dances, and like she was really nice to me, and then she like shoved her pussy in my face, and it was like smelled similar, kind of like a handful of hot change, and I was just like, all right, I'm good in the dance. I thought I should give her like $60, like $30 a dance. She asked me for like 120, and I was like, what? We did 2 dances. She's like, I did 4 songs, white boy. And I just like looked, and I sprinted out, and the fucking bouncers chased me. So I never went back to.
You got out though?
Yeah, I got out. I'm fast as fuck. White lightning, baby. Fastest white boy ever seen.
The first time I went, I think I was like 16 or 17 after like a high school party. Fucking all the girls left, and we're like, fuck it. Like all these little prude bitches left. Like we're hitting the titty bar.
Right.
The brick hen house. I'm wearing like my fucking high school like Letterman jacket in there, like football team.
That's a lot.
And I remember, and we go in there fucking for show. And we go in there, and we're in there. Everyone's fucking around. They're like, they're telling everyone like it's everyone's birthday and shit. So they're going crazy. So this one big white bitch comes out, and they're like, yo, like it's his birthday. It's his birthday. She turned, and I'm like, yeah, she did. I was like, I never been to one. I'm basically whatever she says, like I'm gonna do it.
Right.
So she has me turn around. I lean my head like back, like this, and she puts like, one of my boys gives like a $5 bill. She folds it up and puts it on my nose, and she picked that bitch off with her pussy. and the smells were like, I can't even describe. It was like, I don't even know. Like, it was like garbage, but it was like sweaty and like musty. Oh my God. That was the grossest shit ever. And I remember she turned around and then she grabbed me by the fucking the shirt and she kissed me on the lips. And I was like, what the fuck?
She'd have to pay you.
I was like, what the fuck is I was like, is this normally what happens at titty bars? I was like, they just be kissing you on the lips?
Yes.
And that shit fucking, I mean, I didn't go back to a strip club for like 3 years after that.
It's funny, like what cats think is sexy, then you actually go do it, and it's like I've been on a porn shoot before, and it was like 2 black dudes on a white chick, and like when you're in there in the room with all the lights and they got to keep cutting and stuff, and they're like 2-3 hours into the fucking shoot. Damn. Like when you fuck, like that shit smells good because it's your dick and booty and pussy, like all that shit. It's your badussy. But like fucking other people's shit, it was fucking. I was not feeling it, man. I was like, this shit stinks. Like, life smells really bad, dude. Like,
Were these dudes popping like fucking Viagra and shit? You think? Like,
Were they have
stay in rock for
taking,
2 hours?
I feel like they got to take dick shots or something.
Yeah, I think most of them dudes are fucking taking some type of shit.
Have you ever taken a gas station Viagra pill?
Yeah, dude.
Did you have a bad experience with it?
Yeah, it was fucked up.
What
man.
happened?
This chick, I'm at this fucking bar. And I'm drinking G, and it's just like everybody I hate is at this fucking bar.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just decided to show up, like catty fags and fucking just like scenesters and like unsigned people, like wearing like fucking mall fedoras, you know, like
Yeah, I feel you.
mall kiosk hats and shit. And I'm like, get me the fuck out of here. And this is when Tinder had just was popping, and I had all these girls that you just like everybody. That was at first you thought
It's
about
a cheat
it.
code. You're like, yeah, fuck it. One of them's gonna want to fuck.
Yeah. You can like everybody, and then if they're ugly, just unlike them.
Yeah.
So like, there's some like fucking like nerdy looking white girl that hit me up, and she was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Chilling." She was like, "You want to come over and fuck?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll come over and fuck." So I'm like, but I'm pretty fucked up on G. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get my dick hard. So I go to 7-Eleven.
When you say G, you mean
GHB.
GHB. Yeah, I remember you saying that on the breakfast show. That sometimes you like to take a sip from the GHB.
Yeah, so I was going off of GHB. I'm like, all right, man, I'm finna go over there, take an Uber, eat these fucking 7-Eleven dick pills. It was like Blue Stallion,
Samurai
fucking,
X.
Yeah,
I'm taking that one.
yeah, fucking elephant dick or whatever the fuck it's called. So like, I'm like, I'm pretty fucked up. I'll just take them both. And I get there, I get to her place, and it looks like it's nice, but then once you get inside, it got real dreary real quick.
Yeah.
And I'm walking up the hallways, and it feels like a busted up crack house. And I get to her door, and I knock on it, and she lets me in. She opens up, and it looks like her, but fucking on a 2-year meth bender. Like, she just is once again pock-faced, fucking Gollum, Holocaust looking, just fucked up and
dusty. And
I'm like, fuck, dude. Yeah, the house smelled dusty.
She looked like Ellie Wiesel.
Yeah, it was fucking gnarly.
Night.
It was I was like, oh, dude. So I walk in and I get inside, and I'm like looking around, and it's just like pizza boxes and like a pile of clothes in the middle of the fucking floor, and mattress doesn't have a fucking sheet on it. And the shit that fucked me up just was like on the pillow there was just like a warm bottle of orange juice, and I was like, that's fucking weird. Like, this is like
It's her bed and her fridge.
yeah, I'm like, this is just cigarettes and fucking Coke bottles, like that shit. And then I was like, I looked in the corner, and like the fucking, there was like a closet door that was like halfway shut, and I'm like, I'm gonna either get robbed or get AIDS in this bitch, you know? And she's locking the deadbolt, and I was like, my heart started racing. I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Worst
I'm
part,
like,
you got a rock hard dick from the fucking.
Well, that's the thing.
gas
Is
station
it
pills.
being from the situation or the fucking dick pills?
well, I forgot I took them shits because I was I was pretty fucking high. So I'm like, and my heart starts beating and shit. I'm like, this ain't right. I need to get out of here. And then fucking, I'm like, excuse me 1 second. I forgot one thing. And I just fucking bolted. I got the fuck gone. And like, and then that's when my dick just explodes. My dick's super hard. I'm wearing like khakis. So fucking dick hard as hell. And I'm like walking down the street. I got like heartburn and my stomach, bubble guts, heartburn, dick hard as fuck. And I'm trying to like, I see a couple walking up the street and they're like the fucking typical hipster, giant brimmed hat, fucking paint on the jeans. Like, okay, you just got done painting. It's fucking 10 at night, dude. Yeah, sure, whatever. So I see them and I'm like, hey, how you doing? And they're looking at me like, you're a fucking monster, man. Like they wouldn't even talk to me. And I was like, oh, these fucking dick pills. And I just end up puking out in front of this really fancy coffee. Like, I hate that coffee spot. So I just, Intelligentsia, I just puked out in front of Intelligentsia and just went home with a fucking hard dick.
They work is the problem, because like if you need to, like, I don't know, I guess if you're fucking don't have health insurance or you're impotent and like and you can't afford Viagra, they definitely do get the job done, but they fuck you up.
Yeah.
I was talking about doing with this chick like last week.
Just do it. You won't die. Maybe you will.
I don't know. I was afraid because, well, she was going to come. I don't know. I'm on our college football show. We do these like sometimes we do it in here and sometimes we do like live shows.
Yeah.
And we got one in West Virginia like next week. And she lives in Ohio, so she's about to pull up, get some dick for the night kind of thing, just stay in the telly with me.
Pop one.
And I was afraid to. I didn't know how, like, because they were saying those shits when they last too long. I was like, I got to do a show like in the morning with mad people around me.
Yeah, and you're in the crowd. You don't want to.
I never take one before. I was like, I don't need a rock hard dick in the middle of this show with a bunch of fucking dudes.
Any press is good press though. Like that could be.
Yeah, but I can't be the hard dick guy with like a sea of West Virginia dudes.
I think you'll be straight. Yeah, you'll be like, especially if you bust. Like, it kind of chills it out. There was one time I was out here in New York and like I was doing ecstasy and I was like, I can't get my dick hard on ecstasy. Yeah. So I was like, let me do a Viagra. And then we end up not fucking. And I forgot that I had taken this shit and my homegirl had bought me a facial at this like super woke facial place. And I show up. Once again, I'm wearing khakis. I stopped wearing khakis after this.
And your life improved greatly, probably.
Yeah. I quit wearing khakis off of these shits. So once again, I'm rocking khakis. And, like, it's like the all genders, races, that place. You know, the fucking, where everyone's welcome. Shit. You're safe here. So, like, I show up in one of those you're safe here places. And, like, there's a woman that's giving me this facial, and it's super far in the back where it's just me and her, and she starts rubbing my face, and man, my dick starts getting hard as hell, and I'm like just trying to talk about like fucking movie, like I'm trying to talk about everything to keep my dick down, and it was the most stressful facial I ever got, but I kept my dick soft. So you can't.
All right. If you have a powerful mind, which I think you do, you can counteract the power of Viagra.
Well, see, my thing was afraid of. I wasn't gonna take a Viagra shit. I was gonna just take some gas station shit.
Yeah.
And just fuck her all night, and then just wake up in the morning and do this show.
Don't fuck her in the morning. Just double check that it's all out. Maybe.
Well, you think maybe I would need? Well, not that I would need to, but that I would. Well, I mean, that would be the one. That'd be the plan. And two, just that when it wouldn't fuck me up like through the morning. I guess is basically my point.
I don't know. I haven't. The only time I took one is like the girl didn't come over. She like told me she's coming over. I popped one, and then she just didn't come over. I just sat with a hard dick on my fucking bed for like 4 hours in college and jerked off like 3 times.
There you go.
Yeah. So then it went down.
It. Maybe I will then. Fuck it. I'm a gambler anyway. Fuck it.
Yeah, go for it.
I'll take that shit.
I think you'll be okay.
I was like, I always had a problem with condoms, and I'd get this condom anxiety, and then like I wouldn't be able to keep my dick hard, and then
had it happen to me as well.
Yo, same.
And then so like I would take it off to prove a point and then end up getting burnt.
Yep.
And I went to the doc. I'm like, look, doc, I need some Viagra.
Because you need to prove your fucking dick game. So
yeah, you're like, I'm like, I'm gonna like, I can't keep my dick hard with the condom on. I want to have safe sex. Can you give me a script? And then that's what got me on Viagra. And like Barry Bonds, like they said, yo, it's just like
knock it out of the park.
Yeah, man. Like I'm fucking.
I should do that, yo, because
On that shit.
we talk about this a lot. Like, I feel like at least my generation. I don't know how it was when you were like in your early 20s and shit, but I feel like girls do not ever say wear a condom. And like, if a girl tells me wear a condom, I wear a condom. But if they don't, like, I'm not gonna. And I just got tested
100%.
again, yo. Your boy's clean. I'm clean as a
I need to
whistle.
go
Nothing
soon.
on me. We're all good. But I'm just saying, like, I think it's weird how like girls just don't talk about it. Was that how it was when you first started?
Hell
fucking?
no, I grew up when AIDS came out, man.
That's what I'm saying.
You thought like you could die off a mosquito bite. So like it was cats. Look, the first time I fucked was without a condom, and I had a baby at 18. So clearly I wasn't always rocking condoms, but like condoms were really like
Stressed.
People were pushing condoms. Like there'd
When I
be
look
people.
back at old shows now, like Friends, they're always like passing condoms within the show, like it's almost
Yeah.
like a subliminal advertisement.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, they're like really. They were really championing safe sex, but now that they got a fucking handle on AIDS, they got some shit. It's called the PrEP pill.
Mm-hmm.
Just morning and after. And I know a lot of gay, like my gay homies, they'll just take it forever, and they'll just fuck their gay boyfriend raw, their AIDS homie raw, and just take their PrEP pills every day,
That's crazy.
like birth control, but it's
AIDS control.
Yeah,
I didn't even know. I didn't even know that was a fucking thing.
they keep it on the low because they don't want motherfuckers to be just reckless like
And
that.
then like a hyper strain of AIDS gets created.
Yeah,
because,
yeah,
like, everyone's on
super
PrEP or
AIDS,
something.
yeah.
That's a good point. Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm afraid of super AIDS now.
I had that shit. Like I had some dirty sex with a hooker and got all fucking freaked out. And I called up my homeboy who had AIDS, and he was like, "Oh, bro, just get the PrEP pill." And I was like, "Word?"
Is that easy?
Yep. And then I went and got it. And then the cool thing was like, so I got to stop fucking. And he was like, "No, because AIDS takes like 6 months to kick in anyway, so you're good." So I just lived life normal. Just took my fucking pill every fucking day. Yep.
It is really true. Like literally, because we talk about in this shit all the time. Like literally, our age, like no one ever asked for a condom. Like these girls never. They never.
It's
like
bad.
because I always say
Bad.
if they don't say nothing, like realistically, I'm not gonna say nothing either. And really, they never do.
That's cool, man. Like, yeah,
Ever.
you guys, it's like the 60s all over again. Free love.
Unless we start just getting fucking rocked with shit again. But I think
That's
it'll be
what, see now it's like girl.
I don't believe in STDs. I don't think.
Girls
I
will.
mean, I know they're real, but
They're definitely real. Girls will literally just be. Like they'll literally just not say shit. Like they're just like,
it's not even like a thought in their head. Like, oh, put on a condom. It's just like, all right, we're fucking. You're putting your fucking raw tube steak in me. But I mean, like, we're sick in
no,
college.
it's a blessing. I feel like it's a blessing and a curse. Though. I mean, now I need.
Have y'all had to deal with any abortions or anything like that?
Not that I know of.
Wow.
No, I don't think so.
I didn't get STD. I got a yeast infection from a girl once. So she just had a yeast infection, and apparently men
Oh,
are
and
supposed to
yeah,
get it,
you
but
can
I've
get it
gotten
back. Yeah.
My shit was just like super like irritated and like leaking a little bit when I pissed, but then I just like took her medicine and I was fine.
I've always been nervous about this one chick. My last year in college, I was fucking her for a while, always raw, and she said she was on the pill. I was being savage. I would always nut in her and shit.
Shoot the club.
And then low-key, yeah, shoot the club the fuck up all the time. And then randomly, like the second semester, we just stopped talking, and then I hit her up. She just stopped responding. I don't know if it was just my dick game got whack or like I don't know.
got pregnant,
I
had to
always
afford it.
felt a little like there was something a little shady about it because she was like in love with me, and then it just stopped.
She probably had to kill your child.
I don't know. I'm always afraid there's a little meat like that. She just straight like left college and that like just like dipped. It was just like he's not
To raise your child alone.
Probably yo. And I that was.
Shout out to her for not burdening you with your.
I mean, no comment, bro. I don't even know.
What was it like when you had a child at 18? Like, when you found out, like, when your girl's like, I'm late, was it like panic mode? Or like, fuck it, I gotta like strap the boots up and make it work?
She was my girl.
She wasn't your girl.
And I found out 6 months into her pregnancy. And I
Was it a
actually,
one night stand?
I actually it was a girl that I used to fuck with, but like it wasn't nothing serious.
Mm-hmm.
And then I actually had another woman pregnant that was my girl at the same time. So I had 2 different kids coming, and my girl lost her shit because the other one my baby mama got pregnant first, and she was like, "Oh, you're not gonna be doing that. Da da da. We're gonna have our first experience." I'm like, "Yo, like, what do you want me to do? Like, I got like if it's my kid, I gotta make sure like I can't start off on the wrong foot with this shit. I gotta be there." And it was with a black chick, so I was like, "Man, like, yo, if that baby comes out black, I'm piecing the fuck out, you know." Like,
100%.
and we went to different high schools, so when she told me, she left it on my voicemail. I was laying in bed with my girl at the time. I checked my voice. We had pagers back in the day, so you
Yeah, I
check
remember
your
checking
voicemail.
voicemail like middle school.
Yeah, so I checked my voicemail. It was her. She's like, "Hey, I'm pregnant." I was like, motherfucker. And I hit her back. I'm like, how pregnant are you? She's like 6 months. I'm like, oh, how many dudes did she try to put this shit off on? And I drove up to her high school. I had people that went there, so I'm like, yo, I'm gonna be up there this time. So I get up there, and the school's letting out, and Goody Mob Cell Therapy had just dropped, and like boom, dun dun dun, that shit was banging, and I saw her. I ran through the parking lot and didn't say shit. Just grabbed her belly. It was big and hard, and I was like, oh shit, all right. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna be a good dude and just see what it is and see what's what and be cool until I find out. And I ended up having a daughter. Yeah, I was like 18. I had a daughter.
She's like light skinned, or she's looking white?
She looks caramel. She's like caramel complected. She stays down south, so she gets more sun.
And what happened with the other girl who's pregnant? Is she?
Man, that's one of my regrets, man. That's like one of them things where if I could apologize one more time, I would. You know what I mean? Like there's a few people in this world where it's just like it would be, me apologizing, it would be more a gift to myself than to her. But yes, it's just one of those where I wish I could apologize. I don't know where she's at. I don't know what happened to her. She just fucking and I pieced. That was a feel good story, wasn't it?
Shout out to her though.
But at the end of the day, you know, we gotta start educating the youth and start wearing condoms, so that could help.
Yeah.
A little condom PSA.
Yeah, there it is. Or it's like, look, man, a lot of cats, like if you're going to college and shit like that, these chicks got a lot to lose. So like, unless you're a fucking NFL player, they're gonna scrape that shit out of them. Let's be real.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it surprises me, because I'm like, the girls have way more to lose. So I can just peace out to fucking like Oklahoma. No.
They'll come get your money. Don't get it twisted. You got a lot to lose.
Yo, I had an Uber driver the other day that was like trying to tell me that he just doesn't subscribe to paying child support, and he's like, I know he has child support, doesn't pay it. And he's like, I know these the X amount of jobs that the state can't touch your money, or the government can't touch your money because you get paid in a 1099, which I used to get paid in 1099. I didn't know that, but I wasn't having illegitimate children. But he said that Uber is one of the things that ways they like professions that can't touch your money. But I don't know if he was just crazy. He was like, yeah, I just don't pay my child support. I
agree with him, man. I think like, look, if I don't have any choice in you having the fucking child, like, dudes should be allowed to sign away their parental rights and be like, go ahead, fucking have the goddamn child. You wanted the kid. I didn't.
I can see that. My
body, my choice. It's like, well, then I don't want to be an indentured servant for the next fucking 18 years because of your fucking choice. Like, so.
Dude, that's a good point, man.
No, it's true. And it's crazy the way, it happens more in the public eye with like these ball players and all that, like rappers, because like, especially ball players, because they make so much money, and then the payments are like based on how much money they make, and then all of a sudden they retire, and they're still paying that $20 million salary,
not making the same proportion
child support, and now they make $200,000, $500,000, and they can't afford that shit.
That's the other thing. It's like, well, how much do they pay welfare people per kid? All right, that's what the government says that you need to live, so that's what you should get. Like, that should be the ceiling. Anything else I want to give, like, if we're going to push child support. And I also think there should be mandatory DNA tests. Like, as soon as that baby comes out, swab that cheek, swab the fucking dad's, let's find out if it's his. Because, like, there's a decent percentage of men that are raising kids that are not theirs. And that means that there's a father out there that has rights to a child that he doesn't even know about.
That's true. Damn.
But so, like, and then they're like, the birth rates are down. I'm like, yeah, dude, like, you got this shit making it where motherfucking dudes don't want to fucking knock a chick up. It's the risk reward ratio just doesn't make sense.
And you know, if you have, this is like a weird like little side note, but if you owe child support and you like win at a casino, you know, they ask you like if you're licensed sometimes when you cash out.
It's only if you win a lot, but like 10 G's.
They'll like whatever you owe in child support, they'll just take out what you want.
No shit.
Automatically. And any like automatic, like, what's it called?
Taxes,
electronic casinos or any taxes you owe, boom, get ripped out. My cousin works at this place, Jake 58 in Long Island, and said that happens all the time. So they'll have like, if someone wins like something crazy like electronic roulette, they'll just give the ticket to someone else and be like, cash this out for me, and I'll give you $200 or
My
whatever.
pops will do that shit when he's hitting some like good licks. I remember one time he just spazzed out, hit for like 30 G's. He gave like $9,000 to my mom, $9,000 to like my mom's friend. He cashed out like 9 because if it's 10, then you gotta have the form.
Damn.
You gotta give your license, all that shit. If it's under 10K, usually you don't have to.
Damn, Pops.
So that's a little tip. That's a little tip
A
for the
30
people.
bag
If you-
from gambling in the
Yeah,
casino.
one
or was
time,
on
yeah,
a,
he just like went crazy on blackjack. He just got hot from like the jump. He just see my dad's good at that shit. He hits a lot actually because he just pushes. He's a degenerate like me, but he just when he pushes, he knows how to push. When he gets hot, he gets hot.
You gamble?
Nah, I mean I go play backgammon in the park, but like it's like $3 a point. I just like playing backgammon. Yeah, I'm
It's one of the
bad
few vices I don't have. I have a lot of
bad
them,
at it.
experiment with like everything,
I'm a
every
fucking-
substance on the board, but
I'm a fucking degenerate gambler. I'm the worst. I
Makes-
be gambling on everything: sports, casino.
Yeah, that's what like I should be like.
Nah, you,
like,
you really shouldn't.
It's like
'Cause you lose-
it's in
I
my
spend all
culture.
my money
You know
on
what
it.
I mean? Like,
I see this man sweat out picks, bro. Like, we'll like be at a bar chilling. He just like it'll be like I don't know, New Mexico State versus like I don't know,
Money's in the crumbs, bro. Those
like
small
North
games.
Dakota in some small ball game, and he's just like watching it, like biting his nails,
Money's in the
freaking out,
crumbs.
can't
Yeah,
even enjoy
yo.
his drink.
Because this is like $500 swings on that shit. I'm out here. I'm like, yo, I gotta pay rent.
how you doing with it? Are you good at it or
No, I'm awful.
That's what I don't get.
I'm the
Like people are
worst.
so
I'm the
bad at it,
worst.
especially
I'm
like
the worst.
gambling's a huge part of like the economy of like Barstool and shit. Like,
Yeah,
where
I do a
they
lot. Of,
make
I do a
money,
lot of content
how they,
around it
like,
and shit too. Yeah, but
get
Did
paid.
they just pick opposite of you then? Since
They
you're
fade?
so
Yeah, they
bad.
fade.
oh,
them
there's
sometimes.
definitely people that fade me for sure.
I think you're addicted to
They
losing.
fade all of us. Nah, I'm just addicted to the thrill.
to losing, bro.
Yeah.
But
I
not.
think
But it's not
what it
even.
is.
See, it's like. But it's like if I didn't gamble, like I don't know what I would do when I get home. Like that's like what I. That's
save
like
money, put money in your savings
that's
account.
like what I do for like that's like it's like my hobby, but it's also now become like
Your
part of my job.
Yeah.
But it's like now like I just like
That's fucked.
I just get like time
Hey
to go
man, I
home.
know it's tough. Yeah, like that's what like I was known for doing drugs. Like suddenly when you're known for doing drugs, like fuck, like
Everyone's always like, "You got acid on you." Like,
Yeah.
That's why I'm like,
you're
I can't, like,
no,
that's
it's
what people
Tuesday.
are-
I don't want to trip balls.
That's
you don't want
easy.
to turn into Steve-O. That's all I'm
Because
saying.
even my pops is like the same. Like he doesn't gamble. He doesn't gamble as much as sports as I do, but he does. But he'll always be like, yo, like just fake that shit, or like just like only bet like 20 on the game, and I'm like, I can't. Like that's just not how it works.
I would.
Like I just like I'm like if I've been betting 100, 200, whatever, like a few $100 on all these games, I'm like I can't just like because then the thrill isn't the same. The content is around like our picks, watching us watch the game, watching me like die when I lose like $1,000 and all this shit. So I'm like now I can't because if I just go bet $20 on it, I'm not gonna be excited anymore. The content's not gonna be as good. It's a whole thing.
Have you ever
and
not
it's
been
like,
able to pay rent because of loss, or like had to? Like,
Nah,
pay
I mean,
late?
He's
Nah.
running down the fucking gambling addiction
Nah,
thing.
it's true. Nah, it's
It's
I've
literally
definitely
the
there's definitely
checklist.
been weekends where I'm telling the book, I'm like, yo, like it's the first. I'm like
So have you?
I'm like
you,
it's you or the landlord. Like it's
okay.
going like you're not gonna get paid this week.
So you always pick the landlord.
You have to. I mean, what am I
But
gonna
there's
do?
been times where like if you paid the bookie, you would not have been able to pay rent.
Yeah,
Oh,
if I
okay.
paid him.
That's
But see,
basically
also,
essentially the question I wanted.
With a bookie, like
Answer.
any like degenerate, you keep a few. Like I got like 3, because you might get shut off on one. You might kind of be paying in pieces while you're trying to get it back on the other one.
What happens
It's a
if you
never-ending
owe
cycle,
all of
bro.
the money? They all want to. Like,
I do
break
right
your
now.
legs. Oh fuck. Dude.
But see, it's not
You gotta
19.
get a gun.
It's not 1965. They're not breaking your legs. They know, like and it's crazy now. Half them, like they're people I don't even know. They're like friends of friends. Like I never met them.
So you don't care if you GM.
Like they might know me, but I don't know who they are. But that and they might.
Do they pay out too, or
No,
It's
they
all through
pay.
like Venmo,
They
dude.
pay.
Like
it's all
they do it
Venmo
all
shit
through,
now.
like,
It's not like it used to be.
payment
Alright.
apps. No one does it in cash.
Alright.
What was it like when it used to be in cash? Like, would you have to hand someone a bag? Of
I mean,
fucking money
my
every
pops'
time- every
my
Monday?
pops' guy was like that. He used to, it was his boy, but he would just like meet him up on Tuesday. You either pay or get paid.
And if you don't have the money, then that's some Soprano shit. They press you probably, and that's when you're fucking.
His boy had an ankle bracelet for a little bit because he had this guy get beat up, and then he got caught
Damn,
paying someone to beat him up. Nah, it already happened. It was like a long time ago. Nah, he got caught doing it.
yeah?
Now my pops is straight. He's good for it. I told you he doesn't gamble on sports as much as I do. He likes doing the casino shit. But fucking that's my gambling addiction.
I'm not getting into it.
That's
Rude.
crazy. Yeah.
Fucking
What-
A.
Were you like? How much you got to get back to even?
I'm
Like
probably
lifetime, even you're saying?
No, I mean,
Oh yeah,
like,
no, that'll never happen.
like just like now even like
I'm probably like it's like I probably owe one guy like 1,500. I probably owe the other guy like
your man.
I probably owe the other guy like 1,200. And then the guy I'm like, see, then the one I'm like betting on right now, I'm like square with because like I gotta keep one that I can like make bets on.
We said
Right.
1,500, 1,200.
And then
I'm probably
even.
like square, maybe like a couple $100.
Dude, I'm getting anxiety just like thinking about your life. Right now.
I live in the mud.
This is like a
That's-
chick that buys a bunch of Michael Kors
live in the
purses.
mud.
Like, that's basically what I just like. That's instead of credit card debt, you just owe bookies.
I just book. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great. Like one's in like Chicago, one's in like Jersey, and then the other one's I don't even know where the other one lives. He was just my boy's friend from like college.
Damn. There it is.
Fucking A. But don't gamble.
Trust me, I'm not gonna, I vicariously
Don't
do it through you.
Don't gamble.
I'm just like, dude, if I was to do that, I would have no money.
Yeah, I don't. That's I don't have any fucking money.
He's broke.
Yeah, fucking A. I just make rents. I got the rent on the first. That's it. I know I got the rent on the first. I got some weed money. I got money to get me to and from work.
You still smoking weed?
Nah, but
I would say you were never a big weed. I remember always
hated
hearing
weed,
you weren't.
yeah.
I remember you used to be on. I remember always listening to you always talk about the ketamine. You still do ketamine?
I had to kick that shit. And you know when it's a problem when you say kick. I had to literally kick. I had to kick ketamine. So, yeah. It's, I miss it, but fuck. Yeah,
It's not a sustainable lifestyle. I took
was killing
synthetic
me.
K one time,
Yeah.
and it made me feel like I was like a raindrop on a leaf. It was cool. My arms like felt like a Gumby, but like, doing that all the time, you could get brain would just melt.
I remember always hearing you talk about you would like snort some ketamine and just sit on the couch and listen to fucking Fleetwood Mac and shit.
That was my jam.
I remember you always talking about that. I was like,
Yeah.
yo, you kind of sold out. I'd be like, damn, like, do I want to do
Yeah,
ketamine?
let's do a ketamine.
I was
Yeah.
like,
We'll do it.
I'll listen to some Fleetwood Mac.
We can do a
Rumors.
ketamine review.
Yeah, fuck yeah. It was
On a
fucking
vinyl?
awesome. Yeah, straight up. That was at that time I was just doing it off my iPhone because it would just be easier to fucking like manage like your motor skills go. So you just like boom, you hit play on your iPhone, you throw on your goddamn headphones, and you just snort and snort and snort until you go into a K-hole.
Just fucking melt.
Yeah, until you're like not there anymore. And that's basically me. I just don't want to be here.
A couple of my buddies do. They call them Calvin Kleins, and they'll mix the ketamine and coke.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, you're a savage. It's just like taking you from up to down. I feel like you could just get perpetually stuck in the middle or something. But hey,
I was doing that. I did it to a chick on accident because I had both on one plate, and then she just did it, and I didn't even know that. I was like, I was calling them CK1s because that was that was the fucking. That was the cologne back in the day for the kids. I was like,
what is this on my CK1?
Yeah, hit this CK1.
That's like fucking what did Tekashi 6ix9ine looking for a 5K one letter?
5K one letter. Yeah, well, it brings it full
That
circle.
shit just came full circle.
what
That's what I
brings
just
him out
thought
on
of when he said
serve time.
CK1. I was like, he's looking for that 5K one so he can get the fuck out.
There it is.
Fucking A. But then we covered everything, man. Thank you so much. Rude Jude.
Thanks.
Killed it.
Host of the All Out Show, radio legend.
Yep.
It's an honor, bro.
One more
Real honor.
Jude is my fucking meme page, and then
Pump those books.
I'm sure you guys got a lot of fucking wine drinkers.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If you're a fucking wine drinker, like man, I'm just trying to culture up my fucking listeners, man.
Wait, you have a
Like,
wine?
Yeah, I had.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
My own wine.
And it's not like a fucking bull. It's a limited run. Like we only did fucking 1,800 bottles. We're down to like 1,000 bottles, and it's like.
Yo, you remember William Large, the host of the morning show?
Yeah.
We did the big NFL guy and the other
Yeah.
big white guy. We do a thing every. I don't know if you were there on Friday. We do it every Friday. We call it Gentleman's Friday, and they drink wine, like do wine taste tests and shit. So you can get a bottle over to them.
Oh
We'll
yeah, I'll
like-
definitely get them a bottle. Yeah.
They'd love that.
Yeah, I know the address here. I've been here 5 times.
Yeah, there we go.
I know people are like, Jesus Christ, he's on another fucking podcast.
Nah,
Tell a different story, bro.
I think we got some different ones out. Have you told anybody at the gas station dick pill one, or is that
Nope, that's actually
Unique.
that's in Hummingbird, that's in Hummingbird.
cool?
Word. Get the book.
Yeah, the book is raw as fuck. It's the realest shit. People want real till they get real, and then
Yeah.
they don't want real.
I
My
agree.
shit is fucking real, dog. Real.
Man, appreciate you coming on. Like I said, as someone who used to listen to you, being up here interviewing you, it's an honor, man. Appreciate you coming.
Yeah, we fucking good. Y'all are good at this shit. So
Thank you.
congrats.
You're the ghost.
I
So.
want to say you're the legend, bro. Thank you.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Good shit. All right, that was our interview with Rude Jude. Once again, thank you so much for listening in. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to follow us all across social media at 808's and Smoke Breaks. Make sure to subscribe on iTunes. Subscribe, unsubscribe, subscribe again. Stay subscribed. Give us 5 stars. Leave us a review. Tell us how soothing our voices are. And make sure you tune in next week.
Peace.